to the drawing board.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the Drawing Board podcast. I'm one of your beautiful, amazing, wonderful black hosts, Naim, along with the other black man, Sway.
I am the other black man, Sway. And we have a special guest this week. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What's good? My name's Garrett. Your Idaho lovely potato farmer and gooner to the specialists.
Oh, got two gooners on the pod this week. Shit.
Hell
Man,
yeah.
how's everybody's week? How'd it go?
I feel like my week's been pretty good. Really, really good, honestly.
I had a good week. It's pretty, it's going better than I planned, honestly. You know, some good things happening.
Mhm.
But how was your week? What did you do this week?
What did I do this week? I don't think I did anything really. I've been here staying with my girlfriend. I asked her out yesterday.
Oh,
Official.
This was now. Let's get it. Finally,
hell,
it's about time.
It's about goddamn time.
I'll eventually be there, boys. I'll eventually be there.
Hey, we need you to take your time. Actually, we need you to take your time. Baby steps.
Nah,
Gotta
fuck
be
the
like that.
yes, we all in.
But hey, we're happy. We're humble. We're black. You know everything. We're all good.
Wait,
Yeah.
both of you are black? You got a black girlfriend?
No, she's
Okay.
white.
Yeah, that's right, you snow bunny lover.
You already know. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Short little blonde girl, of course. Come on now. Let's be real.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Standard.
That should be standard. That's number one on the list.
Is that what you look for usually? Is like white blonde?
I do look for white blonde, but I've never been with a white blonde.
Really?
Never ever.
Wow.
I've talked to, brunettes in the past, darker hair girls, but never blonde. Never ever. It's beautiful. We love it here. And we love effort, we love everything about her.
He's having a grand old time right now,
So
man.
listen,
Enjoying life.
all I can say is if they tatted, brunette, and crazy, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Or all in. Yeah.
Yep.
How about tatted, blonde, and crazy?
I could get behind that.
Yeah.
I love me a blonde. Love me.
Okay.
I kind of went back on my word though because I said that I would never get with the girl that lives in Indiana, but here I am. I haven't slept in my own bed since before I had COVID. Like what I said on the last episode
Yeah.
was it's pretty much became a recording studio at this point.
And as you see today, he's not at the recording studio.
I'm definitely not at the recording studio because I've been spending the day with her kid. But
Daddy.
hey, she loves when I'm around. They both do.
Well, I bet she does. I bet for sure she does.
Hey, her kid is also black, so
Go.
Okay, that's a little.
all right, not dark skin.
No. Well, it would be kind of crazy. If she had a dark skinned baby. That would be kind of insane.
That would be insane. But hey, all I gotta say, baby daddy is a bum nigga. That's all I gotta say.
Are we talking like bum nigga that is not gonna be paying child support, or just not there?
Bum nigga as in he didn't start showing up for her until she was about like 2 or 3.
Jesus, where the fuck? I thought I was bad.
So, in all reality, every white kid's normal life.
Yeah, but yeah, but he shows up on the weekends only when she has to work.
He
Or
said, I'm gonna help you out the least I can.
hey, he knows about me now because kid cannot keep her mouth shut.
Listen, as long as she's talking good about you, I feel like it doesn't really matter at that point.
She
I'm
like,
trying.
have you heard about Naim?
Actually, I don't think she said my name specifically yet to him, but it's been more like before we were dating, when she was at work, kid would be talking to him like, we got to clean up for mommy and her friend, and then
Mm,
he would ask, is this friend a boy? So
Yeah, buddy.
yeah,
hmm
let's be real. But hey,
I
I feel like I've been ready, you know,
Hmm.
to have kids myself.
oh,
I've been,
100.
be a father. I'm
Mhm.
okay with being a father figure right now until I have my own.
Oh, 100%. Well, and I feel like to be a buck 50, because I know I am. I know for sure. Like, once upon had a kid in my life. That's a long story and what it is. But ever since I've found out that I was going to have that kid, I've been wanting to have another one.
Hmm.
And that was almost 4.5 to 5 years ago. And it's a different type of person to really do that, and also like take into that position of filling in the actual like biological parent spot.
Hmm.
It's a whole different breed, and like it takes a whole different type of person to actually fill in those spots. So I have great like condolences and respect for people that do the step parent role.
Right. 100%. 100%. And it can be tough at times, but hey, that's all
100%.
that's all part of the fun.
Oh yeah, that's
Doesn't.
part of the learning process. You know what I mean? And like growing, and it really makes you find out who you are and what you're about. To
Exactly.
really break it down to a lot of people.
Exactly, exactly. Now, this has been nice and heartfelt and everything, but
Yep.
enough talk of children, enough talk of girlfriends for now. Um, I got a question for you, Garrett.
What's up?
Anyway, so let's say you're staying at a hotel or Airbnb. You go on a trip. Let's say you go to the Dominican Republic. All right, you go on a trip. Real nice.
Okay.
You're staying in the hotel or Airbnb. You open the door. Everything looks normal. You go to the far side of the room. There's a dead body. What's the first thing you're doing? How are you reacting?
I'm gonna check for money first. You got me stuck. I'm going straight for the money.
You're going
Let
straight for the pockets.
Yep, straight for pockets.
Mm.
Fuck it. We running that GTA life.
Let me check the pockets first and then report it.
On God. Then like then it's gonna come down to this situation: is the I gotta check if the body's cold or if it's still warm. If it's warm, then well, yeah, I would try and find some way to figure out how the fuck to figure this one out. But if it's cold, I'm gonna act like I didn't see shit.
So,
I'm
where are you
I'm
supposed to stay?
Hey yo, there's a dead body in my shit. Give me a refund. I don't know.
Hell no. Shit, I might. This is what I'll do. I'll probably run the pockets first and then go out the door and act like I'm recording when I first walk in and then magically see it there. Like, oh shit, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like do a hard reset, like okay, type shit. I can get behind that one. I can get behind that one. Okay.
You gotta make it look like this is your first time seeing it. Like, holy fuck, what the?
You, you
Wow.
gotta you gotta like fall out the door, be all shocked. Oh yeah, 100%,
Or no,
100%.
my comedic cast will be like, holy shit, there's a dead body.
I'll start squealing and shit. Oh yeah,
Nah.
run up. Sway. What would you do? What would you?
I don't. That body, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think it's real at first, unless I see like some blood for sure. But if it's just like laying there like face down, I don't even know, bro. I might like kick it just to see if it like if it's like real, because it might be a prank. You don't know. Like people just be pulling like dumbass pranks. I might just kick it, see if it like moves.
Mm-hmm.
Not realistic. I might go get somebody. I might be like, yo, there's like a.
I feel like Sway's gonna be that dude that's gonna get like the shower rod and like start poking it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would definitely get something and start poking it, or like I said, kick it. But I would definitely bring. I would get like a someone at the front desk or like a maid or something. And be like, yo, y'all forgot to clean the room up a little bit. I don't know if y'all missed a whole fucking body in the room. Yeah, I think y'all forgot that part.
Yeah, dude, that'd be crazy shit right there. To honest, like if you're in like a foreign country, but let's keep it a buck 50. You're in a Dominic Republic, whatever the fuck it is.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, only Idaho. Um, I would kind of expect that. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's keep it real.
All right,
Like,
fine. You're going on a vacation to Alabama and you see a dead body. Then what?
that's
The body,
Alabama.
but
Wow.
the body's white.
I was gonna save the body's blackness. Like, come on.
Then I would really expect that. That is a white man going into black man territory right there. Okay.
Do you not know about Alabama?
Other than incest.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I did some research,
All right.
and I hate to say this about my state, but right now I'm not gonna claim my state. I will claim Indiana because I've been here most days. Um, Kentucky has a higher incest rate than Alabama.
Ain't no
Jesus
way.
Christ.
Ain't no
E-
way.
no, no, Eastern Kentucky, like where Eastern Kentucky University is,
Hmm.
over there, and like further out east in the sticks, that's where it happens.
Well, yeah, it's in the sticks.
Exactly.
The fuck they got going on?
You're in BFE.
Once you start getting closer to West Virginia, that's where even more and more, dirty shit goes on. That's why I hate West Virginia. Well, not because of the incest, because it's dirty and the incest.
Yeah. Type shit. Type shit. Get back.
But and there are a lot of states I actually hate. Like West Virginia. I do hate Alabama, mostly because it's a long ass state to drive through to get to Florida. Like if I'm going to like one of the beaches on the Panhandle of Florida, I gotta
Mm.
drive through Alabama. My trip is probably about 10 hours. 6 of those hours is spent in Alabama.
Jesus Christ.
Alabama takes fucking forever to drive through.
Oh, Jesus. All
Shit, and
right. I'll
Georgia's
be
the too.
on talking. I gotta go do my job.
Oh God, Georgia's the same way too, though. Like Georgia, it's also 6 hours, but then you add, Atlanta in there. That adds an extra hour. Atlanta
I
traffic is
I
different.
mean, I remember driving from New York to fucking well, not me, but I remember being in a car going to Georgia, or from New York to Georgia. Felt like it took like 12 hours, bro. I felt like it took a long ass time.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly where I went in Georgia, but yeah, that shit felt like it took forever. Long ass states.
long ass states. Never doing that shit again. I think it takes like 10 hours to drive from one end to Texas to the other end.
I
I,
mean, yeah, it does sound like it was.
or driving from Northern California to Southern California.
Bro, these big ass states, man.
Man,
I
these
hate
big.
them.
Hey, hell, it takes me like 2 hours to drive through Kentucky, like north to south.
Yeah, to get across. To
It
get
takes
across one only takes like 3 hours.
it takes me 2.5 hours to get to Nashville, Tennessee,
That's
and
crazy.
that's the same amount it takes me to get to Indianapolis. It takes me about an hour 45 to get to Cincinnati.
I think
Yeah,
like
for
2 hours from here it might be like I get to maybe Buffalo, somewhere around there. Maybe two,
Fuck,
oh,
three.
so for us to get to any major city, so our major city would be Boise or Salt Lake. To get across the state, because if you have Idaho, we're right here, Boise's right there, and then Salt Lake's like right here. It takes the same amount of time to drive across our state to get to Salt Lake, and it's less miles.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
know.
oh, that sounds like a double hell no. You'll never catch me doing that. Yeah, actually, I don't think you'll ever catch me in Idaho unless I am with you. That is the only reason why I would be in Idaho.
You wouldn't go
I
to an Idaho football game?
Hell no.
I live in Idaho, and I still wouldn't go to their football game.
I mean, they beat Wyoming. They played pretty good that game.
Listen, Wyoming is ass.
I
Anyone.
don't even remember what the score was. I feel like we played. Never mind. Let's not
Dude,
talk about Wyoming.
I'm closer to Wyoming than I want to be in Idaho.
He
I'm
said,
like, dude, I'm like an hour away from going across the Idaho-Wyoming border, and I would much rather be in like the surrounding states than Idaho.
mhm.
I hate it here.
And
Absolutely.
speaking of that region of the region of the states,
Okay.
that is a strange ass region. I'm not gonna lie. The Mormons got over there. Well, Mormons in general are scary to me,
Yeah,
but
Mormons are worldwide.
Oh, that's a whole ass cult.
yeah,
That's a whole cult.
The way it was founded is cultish, definitely.
Oh, 100%.
how was it even founded? Who founded?
It's a
Um,
lot. It's a very long story, but
Shorten it up.
I can't. It's super long. Just know it's like super culty, and the guy who like founded it had like 7 or like 10 wives, and
oh no, he had 40.
there you go. See,
And to actually go back on the incest thing. So a lot of incest actually happened in the process of um, Mormonism picking up in the states, and like Sway is correct. Sway's very correct. Like the way it began was an absolute shit show. Absolutely, like
they definitely try to rebrand it today, like in like the 21st century. But
mhm.
when it was founded, if you just hear the stories, you'd be like, this was for sure a fucking cult. Maybe started as a sex cult, but for sure a fucking cult through and through.
100%.
1000%. Can't deny it.
What's y'all's
Like
favorite?
well, and here's the thing too. Like it is the most outrageous thing I've ever experienced because let's talk about the idea of Mormonism. It's a really young religion. It's literally
Surprisingly, very surprisingly, that is really young.
it's literally the Timu version of the Holy Bible.
Yeah.
That's straight up what it is. Like I have all the respect for Mormons. Again, I live in a really big belt of it. Salt Lake is again 3 hours away, and that's like Mormon Central. Like the entire state is practically ran by the LDS, which I have all the respect in the world. But the shit they do is outrageous. Outrageous. Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Have you ever dated a Mormon?
I have
Oh,
pl- plenty of them.
oh man.
Yeah. Well, it's the only thing that we have around here. Because where I live, there is a town named Rexburg, Idaho. And Rexburg, Idaho, we have a BYU.
Mm,
And again, that is the college for Mormon. Um, Oddly enough, there's a thing called Jack Mormons. Um, so what a Jack Mormon is that they say they're Mormon, but they don't go to church
mhm.
and do all the jazz. But at BYU, you have to attend church there in order to even like you have to do the LDS things throughout the week and like participate in the church, but they don't actually fully believe in the LDS religion, which is okay, great, awesome. But they mainly just go to BYU. It's just because it's significantly cheaper compared to all the colleges around us because we have ISU that's really close, but their tuition and everything's super expensive, and then everyone else here wants to go to BSU, or they're going to go straight down to USU.
Mm-hmm.
Which, go it, if you got that money, dog, you got that money. But if you don't, you don't. Like, I respect.
You're naming all these football teams that, or all these schools that have better football teams than Wyoming.
They all beat us. It's just funny.
Mm, that's
Wait, we did we beat Utah recently? No, we didn't.
No, Utah is always nationally ranked.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we beat Utah State, or we might have lost by like 1 or 2, something like that. I remember we lost to a field goal recently. Shout out to Wyoming football team. You guys brought me very much depression at the beginning of the season, but I learned that's what you guys are about. You guys are about manufacturing depression from your fans, and me being a new fan this year, I wasn't really realizing that. So I was unfamiliar with your game, but now I got familiar. But look, you guys won last week, and then you won maybe like 2 weeks ago. So look, you got some impressive wins. You guys started playing better. So shout out to Wyoming.
So
We
what?
finally started a good quarterback. Let me not say good. Okay, let me take that back. We finally started a decent quarterback in what's his name? Caden Anderson or Cameron Anderson, K Anderson, something like that.
It's Caden.
Yeah, and he looks good. He looks
Man,
good out there.
man, Sway is the only black Wyoming football fan.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
God.
every time they have a home game, I look in the stands. No black people. I don't see none.
I
Not even
wonder.
light skin.
It's because they're on the field.
Literally, bro. That's the only black players they got in the fucking organization.
They're,
Moral, of the- moral of the story: Wyoming, link up Sway with some, sideline tickets.
man, it
Link
can't
'em-
be that hard. I'm sure it's pretty cheap actually.
just bring a
It's
buckle
very
bunny.
cheap, very cheap.
Man,
It's like $14 a ticket, bro.
he can probably get sideline tickets for $50.
The only time is like the big games they have is like a rivalry game, which is against who was it against? Army, I think, or one of them schools. I don't know how that's a rivalry, but
That
Army,
rival is the fucking army.
the Mormons versus the fucking Army, bro. Crazy ass rivalry, and if they have like a homecoming or like senior day or some bullshit like that.
So got a little off topic. Sway got on his Wyoming tangent.
I love Wyoming.
So Garrett, with you dating Mormon women, have you ever soaked?
I have.
Did you have?
I have.
All right. Well, wait. Before we get into it, for those who don't know what soaking is, explain it.
Okay, so what soaking is? So in the LDS religion, if you have intercourse before marriage, it's a sin. Which, okay, I can understand that. But again, the Mormons are fucking weird. So they find ways throughout the loophole. And this is a loophole called soaking. And what soaking is you guys have quote to quote non intercourse, but the guy busts out his shit, puts it in, and then you have a group of friends that shakes the bed. So you and the person are not actually physically doing the deed, but you're still having intercourse. And
Uh,
yeah,
It's so crazy. You know, like this, like soaking reminds me of. You know,
what?
football when you see like a DB versus a wide receiver, and
mm-hmm.
then you see the DB like put his hands up, like I'm not touching him, I'm not touching him. Like technically, I'm not touching him. And that's what soaking reminds me of. Like
That's
it's like
pretty much what
it's like,
soaking is.
hey, we're just sitting here, and I may be inside her, but I'm just sitting here. They're shaking the bed. They're the real sinners if we even think about it.
That's true,
In all reality, it is like that. That's straight up what it is.
man.
And yeah, no, that shit was the most awkward. thing I have ever been in my life because we had her
Oh my god.
sister's boyfriend,
What?
um, and then two of her other friends, both girls. Okay, we could have had a whole at orgy in this motherfucker. Two guys, four. Okay? But no, they all grabbed a corner of the bed while I'm laying there, drunk as shit, not knowing fully what the fuck is going on.
Oh man.
Oh,
And the bed just starts shaking, and I'm like, "Fuck it!" Like we already down bad in this position. A lot of them tried to make it more sentimental by turning off the lights. No, when you have Gerald in the back right corner grunting and huffing because he's out of shape, so you have some behemoth of a dude over here shaking the goddamn breath, sounding like a hog, and then you have Tina in the bottom right corner that's barely shaking the bed because she's built like a toothpick. Like it's an outrageous, yeah,
that's
yeah,
yeah. That's I don't think I'll ever participate in shaking or soaking.
yeah.
Soaking as a grown man is crazy, bro.
I
Like
think
I
I'd
don't.
rather. Uh,
I'd rather Durf.
what's
Oh,
what's durfing? What's
Um.
durfing?
Oh me.
Yeah, you.
Oh, to my knowledge, it's kind of like just dry humping. I think we all durfed on accident before.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like we all done it in our younger age. Like that's what I'm saying. As like a grown, you can't do these things as a grown adult. Even if you are Mormon, you shouldn't be doing these things, bro. Just wait at that point. Just wait.
Mhm.
Yeah, I say all these things um that the LDS doing is like a high schooler trying to be a fuckboy. That's the equivalence of their actions of like the sexual ways. If you look at it, it's quite literally the idea of a high school, like let's say like junior, senior, still getting his feel goods in. The confidence is built up. And he's entering his fuckboy era.
Mhm.
That he's the non-committal shit, trying to fucking dry hump everything, just
Wait,
trying to fuck. Yeah,
I got a question.
yeah.
What's the difference between a regular makeout and a non-committal makeout?
The feelings.
All right, so it's just like non-committal. You got no feelings. You're just making out, and then
Mm-hmm.
makeout. You got actual feelings.
Yeah. So the base idea is like, imagine you go to the bar or the club, okay? And you find a nice shotty, okay? And you guys start feeling each other. You guys start making out, but there ain't gonna be nothing. That's what non-committal is. Committal is like you and your beautiful woman that you are in with. Well, you guys, when you guys are making out right now, there's some feelings behind that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
that
course.
that that's the difference. That's the black and white. If you really bust it down to what it really is to the core.
Black and white. The nigga and the KKK. Got it.
Pretty much.
All right. All right. What else is there with the fucking Mormons? What's the big deal with the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith? Like,
Oh, they think that Joseph Smith is God's gift on green earth. He's weird. He's the weirdest fuck there is. 40 wives, if I must add again.
mhm,
Uh, they've had to move so much because of just their religion. And this dude was hooting and hollering off his ass. Um, I think they've moved a grand total of like eight to six times between those times, literally from one side of the country, and then they finally settled in Salt Lake. And the only reason why they keep on moving is because Joseph Smith, I'm pretty sure this motherfucker's on psychedelics, kept on hearing the voice of God telling him that this is the place they must settle down. I don't know what fucking God you listen to, dog, but
I look. My thing is like, we can probably include, a couple of videos of these TikToks that I'd be sharing to y'all.
Oh
But
mhm,
yeah.
the number one question that I always hear in those videos is $5 million or 5 minutes with Joseph Smith, or the Book of Mormon or Black History Month. And of course, they choose
mhm,
Mormon and 5 minutes with Joseph Smith. I just come on, $5 million. Be for real.
mhm.
Be for
Money
real.
money don't matter to Mormons, bro. It's all about the Lord and Joseph Smith, of course.
$5 million. You're
Yeah.
choosing five
No.
million dollars over 5 minutes with a dude.
Mhm,
You'll see that nigga in heaven. Fuck you mean?
mhm. Yeah,
Or
no. Their rules are outrageous. Um, you can't have caffeine.
yeah, that was another thing I was about to bring up.
Oh, come on,
There,
bro.
there's another common question before you move on to the next rule. There's another common question that I hear, which is, would you rather die in a pit of acid or drink coffee?
Mhm. Yeah, no, they think
Or would you rather kill a puppy or drink coffee?
they'll go straight for that puppy.
Hmm.
No rem-
No room.
Zero. Um, if you actually so and they're hyper against alcohol too. So in Rexburg, okay, there's no bars, no gas stations that can sell alcohol, nothing
Is it like an alcohol-free state?
in that area. Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's pretty much how it is in Utah also.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, they have areas where you can drink and you can go about that because you can't just ban alcohol throughout an entire state.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. Um.
legalize marijuana, but you can't drink alcohol. I couldn't fucking tell you the difference upon either one, but you know,
Well, one's a plant, and the other one can get you killed.
Yeah, the other one's a poison.
well, fuck it, I want that poison.
Nah, we don't need you off the out, especially not on the pod. Especially if we have any women here. I'm just saying.
You were drunk for
Cocaine.
the first two episodes.
Shut up.
I'm cracked out on fucking caffeine right now.
I wasn't wilding out like he was that one night.
Oh, I was going wild.
Let's not
Uh,
talk about it.
Was she who should not be named? Because we don't name drop.
I name
Pete,
drop all the time.
Peyton. All right. Anyways, so
Shout out to my Mormon ex, well, former Mormon ex.
Mormon.
Yeah,
She's not Mormon.
yeah.
any
She
any
left the church when she was like what, 13 or 14, some shit like that. Maybe
Mm.
15. Yeah, she used to be Mormon, and that's when I learned all about Mormons.
Oh wow.
The great, oh godly Joseph Smith.
So
hell
would you soak Slay?
No, I'm almost
yeah.
30.
I feel like Sway would.
I'm not. I wouldn't know. Maybe when I was younger, yeah. Like maybe if I was introduced to that like religion or cult, rather, when I was like 14, or when I was like a young adolescent. Maybe, yeah, for sure.
You know, new experience. Sway, you
But
can't
at this age, fuck
dog your.
no. I'm either gonna wait or I'm just not being with that person.
Listen, Sway, just don't be like me and not have it for almost 5 years.
Oh, I'm longer than you. I'm going on 15.
Oh, look at us, Sway. Look at us.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, Naim, shut up.
I'm like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple days.
Yeah, I'm going on an hour and a half right now. Fuck you.
She was pissing me off, but we're not gonna bring that into.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't air dirty laundry on the pod. Only I do that.
It wasn't even real like dirty laundry. It was just all right. That's beside the point.
See?
The election was yesterday. You know,
Yeah.
many people have their opinions. Many people don't have their opinions. Shit, and then there are people like me or Sway who give zero fucks about politics.
Yeah, I don't
Hmm.
really care.
Don't give a
Papa Trump.
now we will say, yeah, Mr. Donald J. Trump, president again, once again. I really don't have an opinion on it.
I do.
Oh, what's your opinion?
Well, let's hear
I
Sway.
said this yesterday to some people. Donald Trump has only beaten women. Anytime he faced a man, he has lost, which makes him a fraud. I really don't care. I just feel like saying that. I just feel like joking about that, but he's only beaten women. When he ran in 2016, he beat
Mm.
Hillary, and then he went against Biden. I don't know how you lose against Biden, but that was crazy. I don't know.
It is
I
true.
was crazy.
How did you choke
He
against Biden?
he's very much 2-0 against.
Yeah, he's put him against a woman. He's winning every time.
Oh, uh,
That's all. I'm
but
not really, but I just thought it was a little funny, like little funny stat.
Shit. My opinion. Quit calling this man Daddy Trump. You
Daddy.
he does not know you, nigga.
Yeah, but listen, he feeds me, he financed me, and sometimes he's fucking me financially. So therefore, I'm calling him Daddy Trump.
He's fucking you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was.
He's he's
yeah,
put, he's putting his meat inside of you.
yeah, straight on my wallet and snagging it.
Hmm, I see. I see.
My black hole.
But what I was trying to get at with this was politics and friendships.
Mm.
Do y'all think that politics affects friendships?
It
Sadly,
should.
yes.
It does. Like I agree with Sway. It does. But should it? No.
No, definitely not. And I agree with that too. Because, I was on Facebook the other day, yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. I was just sharing some posts. One post that I shared it was a quote that said, I'm deleting you off Facebook because of this. And then under it, it said, okay, delete me. I don't care, or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then another post I shared said, politics shouldn't ruin friendships or some shit like that. I don't know, something along the lines of that.
Mm,
And my thing is, um, the friendships that I form have nothing to do with politics. And
I
my
agree.
opinion is how someone votes does not affect how they treat you as a person.
Oh, I agree. Well, and like, because the day after the election, I was live jumping on TikTok. You know, Concrete Cowboy. Anybody got add me? OTR Azarel. Reach out. But going on, I was live jumping, and I was just checking out how everyone was feeling, and there was some very very strong feelings. There was people getting divorces. There was like straight up getting divorces. Like their wife said, "Peace, you voted Trump. I don't want to be with you." And that's outrageous. Like if you're genuine gonna act that way upon a relationship, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Again, I understand Second Amendment. We have freedom of speech. We can talk. We can do whatever fucking amendment. I think it's the Second Amendment. But freedom of speech, you can express what you want to talk. Awesome, great. I'm about it. But you shouldn't be basing everybody off of who they are upon who they voted for, because you can be friends with that person for years prior to this experience, and then they're just cutting them off like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's outrageous. I think that's just absolutely diabolical, crazy fucking work. If you're just going to be cutting off family members, best friends, boyfriends, husbands, or it can even go reverse. It can be both sides. Um, over simply just the election, because how I saw it, and I'm going to partake on this one. I don't really care how people are going to feel about this. Is if you really break it down to what it was going down, and I've told so much people about this, is if you're voting if you're voting for Kamala, or was voting for Kamala, I should say, is you are voting for rights, which I support. I'm about great. But if you're voting for Trump, you are now voting and you are now worrying, stressing, caring about the future of your children, how their life is going to be. I'm not just saying their rights, but how their overall life's going to be. Putting groceries on the table and just life overall. Like, because the joke was there. It was either, hey, we're going to World War III, or gas is going to be $1.98 in the next following months. Really break it the fuck down. So,
Yeah,
hi. But also, my state is very red. We are extremely red, where I think we're probably like the top five. If you really break it down on like statistics, we're like in the top five for the most red dominant, Republican dominant state there is. And it makes sense. We're all very blue collar. We're all farmers. The joke of the land of potatoes here and the only thing being farmland is true. Like,
yeah,
we're we're very full of forest, very full of farmers, blue collar workers, and we want to stand for it, and we're going to protect it.
yeah. Kentucky is very much like that too. Kentucky, Indiana, both very much like that. Because if you look at like the major cities, they're gonna be blue. Everywhere
Yes.
else, red. Louisville, blue. Lexington, blue. Anywhere else in Kentucky, very dark red.
Mm-hmm.
Incest,
Like,
red. Western Kentucky, red. Southern
mhm.
Kentucky, with very minimal niggas, red.
Well, like, and I was explaining it to one of my buddies because he's not very into politics, not very politic.
Hmm.
Um, and he was very confused upon how they actually work out on the polls and how it works out by winning states. And I was explaining to him, and my this best friend Juan, shout out, that's my best friend, that's my brother, he's my greatest friend. I will always cherish that man with my life. Um, but I was explaining to him that you have to look at the state itself. So if you're going to break it down, let's say I'm trying to put in a good state. Let's do Pennsylvania, because that was a really big. That was the pretty much the decider of who was going to win.
Hmm.
You of Pittsburgh and what's that other one? I forgot what the other one, but Naim, you went mute, by the way.
Philly,
But yeah, Philly. So you have the two big states. 98% of that state went red, but you have Philly and Pittsburgh. Those ones were very blue. That's the reason why it was coming to a close run towards the end, is because the two major cities in there were very blue dominant, but the rest of the entire state can be very red.
right.
So you have to really look it down when you're looking at that type of stuff. Is you have to look at as the state and the cities inside the state to really base it upon who's really gonna win.
Hmm.
That's
Look, at the end of the day, however you vote, Trump,
Mhm.
Kamala, blue, red, yellow. I mean, there are people voting third party.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, don't let it affect your friendship, even if it's a friendship that you had for years and years, or even if it's a newer friendship. Don't let it affect it. Because at the end of the day, it's friendship should be based on how you're treated, not how people vote. You can say, oh, Trump is racist, all this, all that. So, that person's going to be racist to you.
Hmm. No,
Shit.
I agree.
Last time I checked, they weren't racist to me. The fuck?
Hell
Shit.
yeah.
They
Well,
racist to
that's
the next nigga, but not. But no, I mean, that's my opinion on it. Sway, you got an opinion on it?
I do not.
Well, there you go. Easy. Nice and easy.
type shit.
Type shit. Now, I want to get this out of the way real quick. Sway, or because we got a guess, you're our random number generator for these special quotes. I need you to come up with a number between 1 and 85. I think it's 8, or no, it's 86. Just one number. This is a classic. This is very much a classic. Number 59 says, and I quote, they masturbated you.
Amen.
Sway, you got any explanation for that one?
I don't necessarily remember the context of why I said these things, but yeah, this is why I wish some of these had context
Nope,
because
don't
I
need
don't
them.
remember it. He
They definitely.
masturbated you. Well, I
That's
think I think that's an easy like layup because it's like obviously somebody did something to someone that they got like heavily baited, masterfully.
I think your inner Mormon's coming out.
I feel like you were referring to like me at this point because most of these quotes I get are from conversations that you and I are both in, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it was definitely directed towards me. Don't know who was masturbating me. Hopefully, no one was masturbating me. You know,
Clearly, somebody did.
personally, I like to masturbate by myself because that's good alone time. Sometimes you have that. At night,
Good, good self.
at night,
Good, good.
I got some help, but I don't want anyone to masturbate me. This is all
Like,
stemming from your quote, Sway. I don't want to see you try to react like that again. Don't just
listen,
No, because you just told you got some help. Like, all right, I guess. I
listen.
guess, buddy.
Like Sway would tell me, it's not the amount of quantity; it's about the effectiveness upon the baiting.
Yes, I did
Sway
say
said.
that the other day. I said like, cause good friend of the podcast Hannah was something that he needs to like get his little stress out, and I told her that it doesn't matter how many times he does it a day or a week. It matters the amount of time how effective he is in doing said thing. So sometimes
Because
you might need some help.
listen, my DMs are open, ladies. Whoever wants to make it more effective, I am here. Say no more.
He's all about efficiency.
On God, I just want an efficient one.
He has a lot of pressure built up.
5 years worth.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna. He, he doesn't masturbate. Okay,
Only 2 times a week. We bumped up my limit.
and the inner Guna really came out.
Hell yeah.
Two
Didn't
times.
didn't know if this was Sway or Garrett.
Okay, it happens. Let it happen.
Let it happen. All right,
Let it happen.
this is the end of the Back to the Drawing Board podcast. Um, if you want to go ahead, plug your socials or whatever, go ahead, do it right here, right now, or forever hold your peace.
Yeah. TikTok, Concrete Cowboy, username. Know what it is. Hit up in the DMs. Always open, always willing to make new friends, always willing to make a new shotty. I don't know yet.
Friends.
Yeah, friends. It's okay. Listen, if you're a tatted blonde or a brunette that's close to Idaho, come my way. I have a lot of pressure that needs to be released.
Man, get this man out of Idaho, bro. Get him to a more northern
I
state like Tennessee. I feel like you would thrive in Tennessee.
I feel like I would thrive in Texas. Send me to Texas.
Texas, Tennessee, somewhere in the South.
Yes, I need a little southern shoddy, a little southern belle.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plug my shit. You know, it's I do this every single week. You know, if you don't already watch to the end of the pod and this is your first time watching, that means you know we kept it interesting today. We kept it black. You know, wonderful. Yeah, straight nigga out here. So, uh,
Real.
yeah, real nigga shit. So my IG, TikTok, Twitter, Naim Golden Zero, all together. Naim Golden Zero, no underscores, no dots, no periods, none of that shit.
Hell yeah.
And if you would like to be a guest on the podcast, you can hit up Back to the Drawing Board on Instagram at Back to the Drawing Board Podcast, or you can just email us at Back to the Drawing Board 232 at Gmail if you would like to be a guest in the near future. But that is all we got for you today. I will not plug my socials today because reasons. Anyways, that's that's all we got for you today. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Well, next week. We'll catch you in a couple of days. We'll see you on Monday. And yeah, be safe, be good. Love you guys.
Love you. Appreciate
See y'all
you.
next episode.
Yes, sir.